Alright, just gonna be a fast one. And it's a microcosm of the situation. So Bloomberg, I guess, supposedly is funding $100 million to my state, Florida, swing state. They say it's 50-50. I don't believe it. Judging from the signs I see, the people I'm around, and the yachts, and the amount of boats, and the parades they have. Florida's all in for Trump. They have been for a long time. Everybody's known that. Especially the Cubans whose parents fled from communism, or the Cubans who maybe they don't have kids, but they fled from communism, right? Socialism, whatever. They just shot two police officers in the face. I just watched the video. It was really, really, really disturbing watching or listening to the actual call. One got shot in the forehead. One got shot in the jaw. I saw the lady. She was helping her partner in. Supposedly they're okay right now. They're okay right now. But the fact that they got all this back and forth, and it's almost been primed, right? A term that's been primed a lot that I've noticed is WP. Remesis. Yeah. Obviously that's a majority of the country, and if they knew that they were going to pull this little plan and the agenda, which I don't think it has anything to do with the person that's uh, leading us right now, because it's Agenda 21, 2020, 2030. It's all in the mix, right? Supposedly, the boss man defunded the World Health Organization, who is funded by China, but he indirectly or directly, which might be a slap in the face to some people, but he did fund another organization that directly ties into Bill Gates, who funds the WHO. So was it a bait and switch? I don't know. I don't know. All I know is that we need to bring peace. People can't be shooting people in the face for no reasons. This is crazy. This is craziness. It's craziness how Australia is, the UK is. I mean, they have drones out that are looking for people on beaches. Australian police officers are so brainwashed that they're being told that this is so serious that you need to choke slam like females. Females are being choke slammed on the beach over not wearing a mask. Elderly women in parks are being arrested, detained, or being forced to put a mask on when they're in a park. You're in a park. Didn't the doctor, starts with the F word, didn't he say that masks are pointless? They're worthless? I mean, they even say them on the box. They don't help. They don't cause nothing. What this is doing is it's creating a division, but it's a worldwide division, because I see there's protests in France now with the BLM movement, which is funny because they already have their little authoritarian Francois, and they're closing down all the businesses, making you dependent on the government, which is the big thing. But my question is the person that's currently sitting, if he funded Microsoft and the company that directly ties to the WHO, who he said he defunded, and it made it look good, but he actually funded them. Is this a play at them? Is this like, I don't understand. I don't understand. Look, and I haven't. And you know what? I mean, if this whole thing was this last 4 years was, I don't understand why they would do it. They've ramped it up. Like I said, Bloomberg is now trying to take the state of Florida, because he knows Florida is all in. Florida is MAGA. Everywhere I go, everywhere I look, there's flags everywhere. I live out in the country, obviously, so I see a lot of Trump flags and stuff. You can't see because the moisture on the wall, but like, that's all the cars I get going by. It's just kind of like a main road or whatnot, but yeah, out here, I'm glad I don't live in the cities right now. The cities are crazy. They're crazy. I wouldn't. I don't know. I don't know. Australia scares me. Um, they all scare me. So Trump, Trump, he uh, he accepted the uh, Joe Rogan debate. How crazy would that be? Because what are they talking about bringing up for the moderator on the debate? Hey, what's up, Edward? What's up, bud? Um, who did they talk about bringing the moderator on the debate for? Chris, whatever. I don't know. He's been in the media. He did it last time. He's a liberal. Like they don't let it. So if Joe Rogan, because he's more like almost like all of Americans are, which is why he's got the most popular podcast. He does do chameleon every once in a while, and I had a community post at one time calling him an NPC, like he conforms to who he's sitting in front of. It got a lot of likes. I think it got like 2,000 likes or something. But but he speaks truth, right? So they couldn't have that, and that would be really popular, right? You think if you were Joe Biden's campaign, you would want to get out to the younger people about your platform if you actually had one. 4 hours in a chair with no script, and you know he would have a little ear dongle in saying it was a hearing aid, but they were feeding him shit in his ear. You know he wouldn't be able to handle it. He would not be able to handle it. He would crumble. So it, is Trump for us? Like, is he against? Like, I don't know, man. It's so confusing because everything he's doing is like what I would want. But I don't know. I'm glad our restrictions are being lifted here in Florida. Bloomberg just put $100 million into Joe Biden's campaign. Bernie Sanders said nada about it, even though all the leftists hate billionaires. They hate them so much, but they will take their money and all the Act Blue money that came through BLM. And when you type in Joe Biden, boom, it comes up his webpage. If you type in Antifa.com, it literally directs you to Joe Biden's website. Is there not a more clear? I don't know who's done that. It hasn't been changed. It's been that way for a month. It's a clear link. It's crazy, man. Now 2 cops are getting shot in the head. People are rapists, and they're going to their car to get a weapon, and they're defying police's orders. They're getting shot. And Kamala Harris is going to their hospital bed and saying, "You're doing a good job." And then they release Cuties on Netflix, which should be, anybody's door should be raided by the FBI if they watch that shit. Oh my God, I've seen some YouTube videos, and I had to back out the YouTube video. He can't do 5 minutes. He couldn't do a minute in a chair. He doesn't have the cognitive ability, and it's clear that they're running a puppet. They're running a puppet. It's a puppet. Kamala Harris had no favorability. Nobody liked her. Not in the black community, not in the Asian community, not in the Latino community, not in the white community. I think she had like 4%. She dropped out. But something behind her eyes is darker than Hillary. I don't know what it is, but I always felt that about her, and she freaked me out a lot. Hillary freaks me out. Kamala freaks me out on another level. I don't know what it is. If it's her allowing black men to stay in prison when they didn't do the crimes that they committed, or they were overcharged for simple weed possession, while she's on podcast joking about how she smokes weed and listened to Tupac, and she listened to Snoop Dogg to try to get the black vote when she was in college in the 80s, and Snoop Dogg and Tupac didn't even release the tracks that she was talking about by that time. Like, is she a time traveler? What is going on? What's happening? What's happening, man? What's happening? But no, it's a good look. I think it's a good sign, right? This whole mail-in voting is a horrible idea, anyways, right? I mean, horrible. Even who is that? The guy that denied violence on the left from Antifa. Nadler, who passes out and had like a seizure, like during like a congressional meeting. He had like a seizure. These are our representatives right now. Joe Biden can't. He had a lobotomy, I think, like in 2014 or something, where they peeled his brain back and they worked on his brain, and then they put his skull back and they sewed his skull shut. And you want him to be president, but you're talking about the 25th Amendment for Trump, who is clearer than any 30-year-old I've met. I'm sorry, but that guy has energy like it's ridiculous, dude. It's like a firecracker. It's crazy. 74 and you got that. I wish I had that energy. You're talking about the 25th Amendment, which says that if the president is not correct in his mind, like if he's messed up and he's got Alzheimer's, and you're trying to put like a candidate in there that has Alzheimer's, and why is everything I'm talking about lately been like? I mean, it's always been demonetized, it's been banned, but lately my comments have been 404, which are direct. All right, this comes in ebbs and flows. It's very strange. I had this happen with me when I started getting a little bigger. Um, I was on popular channels, right? Thank you for the like. I was on popular channels, and I would notice that I would never get like a comment back, and it was like a smaller creator. Like they love targeting smaller creators first now. I don't understand how some of these people blow up. I don't. I don't know how they blow up. And congratulations that they do, because I've seen them from small, like Slightly Offensive. I was subscribed to Slightly Offensive when he was like, I think like 2,300 subscribers. He had an interview with like some SJW blue-haired freak who is all Bernie, and like, you know, that was back when he would heart comments. He hearted my comments up for like a couple, like maybe like 4 or 5 months ago, and then he went to Blaze, and he, you know, you got to disassociate from your people, I guess. But no, he's doing good work. He needs to stay safe though, because he's out there. He had a gun pointed at his face the other day. That's crazy. That's nuts. It's nuts. It's mad. It's so nice. I don't even have to lock my door here. I don't have to lock my door. There's no crime. I don't have to worry. I don't lock my car. Nobody's like, this is like, it's in the country, but it's off of like a main road. So I'm far out from the city. I don't got to worry about nothing. You know what I mean? Because they actually had protests on 54, like I think a couple months ago. Like people were like protesting. And St. Pete Police, which is Pinellas. I lived in Pasco before. Have you been subscribed to my channel for a long time? I've lived in Pasco, and you've probably seen the live PD Pasco. The live PD Pasco videos. They're hilarious. They are the worst. And that is exactly what living in Florida is like. That's exactly, you hear about Florida man bad. You see the Pasco videos, hilarious. I lived around that. These people, a lot of junkies, and it's scary. It's scary. I won't work in Pasco. That's what I'm saying. I live in Tampa now, Hillsborough County, which is a different county. But I grew up in Tarpon, which is Pinellas County. And Pinellas County, which is weird, a donut operator. He's an ex-police officer who does like breakdown videos, and you know, he's a good guy. Like I never liked the police growing up, but I was a skateboarder. You know what I mean? I got in trouble and was harassed by police because, you know, I was what do they call it? Damaging property. Like when you grind a curb, you fuck their curb up. That's, you know, property damage, and you can go to jail for that. So I've had cops snap my boards. I've had cops take my boards. I've had cops run over my board. There was an Asian cop that ran over my board right before Astro Skate, which is like the only skate park, and it was always on a Saturday night when I was a kid. That was where everybody would go hang at. Yeah, I've had it all. But it's getting, I don't know. Florida's okay. I think we have relative amount of gyms open. It's strange to not see a Taco Bell open to get like a breakfast burrito at like 7 in the morning. It's strange to see a McDonald's closed in certain areas at like 10 at night. It's mad. I've known everybody's lost their job. Thank God I just got transferred out to the Tampa location of the corporation I work for because they lost their night shift guy. So I got my hours back, which is it's an amazing thing because the store I'm at is in a different county, like where I started and where I've always had. And the sheriffs came in there and shut it down. Pinellas County, which is St. Pete. Oh, that's what I had to tell you. St. Pete put a memo out, I think like a month ago or like 3 weeks ago. Donut operator put it out, and it's so watch for St. Pete, Florida. Watch for something to happen because it's ghetto in St. Pete. So the next shooting that happens in Florida, watch for it because the police department said they weren't being sent out to sue it. They weren't being sent out to those like domestic problems. I mean, they want this community of police where like the police, like the community polices itself or something. They want to release everybody from prisons. They want to defund police. They basically want a third world country. That's honestly what they want. All right. I watch a channel called Lockdown 23 and 1. He did 5 years in prison for a stabbing that I don't honestly believe he should have even served time for. Was he a criminal? Like during the stabbing, was he doing criminal activities? Yeah, but the people that came to his house in Virginia wanted to cause him harm, and he was on his property, and he stabbed a dude that was trying to kill him. So, hey Ellie, 1978. Hey, what's up? I hope McDonald never opens again. Yeah, I know, right? Well, I mean, shoot, sometimes that's all we have now. Like, I don't have nothing. I live in the country now. There's nothing around here. I think the closest thing I have is my Sitco, and they make quesadillas, burritos. They got chitlins. And then they got, like, bags of chips and stuff. Like, I live in the country now. I love it, though. I love it. It's a little depressing not being in the city, though, because you're used to, like, just going, boom, to the gym or going here or there to the beach or whatever. So I got to get out more. But yeah. I don't know. I just wanted to let you know that Florida's winning big time. So now Bloomberg wants to put his money in because he knows that, and he already, when Bloomberg was a presidential candidate, what did he say about China? They're not a threat. Are you kidding me? Pfft, I'd handle China so well with a kid glove. Yeah, because you get your tentacles wrapped all into China. You're spewing their narrative. You obviously want the guns to be taken from the civilians. Hardcore. What happened in Virginia when that happened? With a little pushback. They say that we had 30 or 40,000 people. I truly believe we probably had 80 to 100,000 people show up strapped with their legally owned firearms. What happens in the UK when there's a shooting that's unjustified and someone dies? Oh, it's a gang member that has the gun. In Brazil, thank God he's actually, Bolsonaro's being a little more lenient on the laws. It's like slow. The legislation creeps in. It takes time. It takes time to sink in. So this is exactly what they've done. It's the destabilization and destruction. I mean, it's destabilization, it's destruction, it's demoralization. It's demoralizing when you're a white person living in a country where you're about 60% of the population. Christians are what? I think we're like a minority throughout the globe, right? We're being stomped out in China. Currently, we're being stomped out. I recently went to church. It's been a long time since I went to church. It's weird for me going to new churches. I went to a Brazilian church, and I transcribed everything that I had because I'm near Tampa, and it was a church that was open. It was close. They did like a temperature scan on my forehead, and I listened, and it was passionate. It was really passionate. It was nice. Even though I had to transcribe everything, it was really nice. And I need to go more. I need to be more godly, I think. I think a lot of us need to be more godly. And that's the thing. They're taking God away from the community. They're taking God out of the children's lives, where any kid can stumble on Netflix and just pop on cuties because it looks like there's some girls doing something they saw in a music video from WAP or something. And it's a mature rated film. And I haven't watched it. I'm not going to lie. I had an argument with someone. And, yo, turn it on. Look at it. See what it's about. And I was, like, mortified. I'm like, I can't believe I just pressed play on that. Because from what I've heard from people, it's wild. It's nuts. I think I watched, I don't know, 2 or 3 minutes. Just like, why am I even watching this? This is ridiculous. This is crazy. I'm not trying to prove a point, right? Oh, it's not that bad. It's not that bad. I'm not even going to try to prove the point or give them a view. It's not. From what I've heard, it's bad. It's bad. It's bad. It's bad. It's bad. But you're not going to buy Florida, all right? This is a good sign, all right? 50 days out, if he's pumping $100 million into Florida, it's a good sign. I think it's a good sign. It means Trump is winning in a landslide and their corruption isn't working. So it's scary in the effect that, yeah, he is the anti-gun candidate. Yeah, Florida is sort of a swing state, only because they have a lot of corruption, especially Broward. You can't trust any election in Broward County. I wouldn't be look. Mainly any Democrat city. If you look at the border, what's funny? It's funny. I saw Vice made a movie the other day or a video about migrants, and it shows like their caption. I'm not subscribed to Vice, but I watch their propaganda to see where they're heading, and it's always about anti-police, open the borders, like this type of shit, right? So I watch their propaganda, and they're digging up skeletons, and they're like, "Oh, these poor migrants that are crossing the border," right? Do they talk about the coyotes that rape, let's say, one girl gets put on a RAPETREE and gets had by many men for 24 hours? 32 times, maybe, in 24 hours? Do they talk about that? They don't. That's why he was talking about that. You're not sending your best. These kids are like, no, they don't know. So Vice puts up, oh, these people died in the heat or whatnot, or oh my God, and there's people that like defend this. Like, look, if you put a wall up, I think you're saving people from trying to come because you know you can't come. It's a treacherous journey. Don't try to come over on a raft. Don't try to come over throughout the 120-degree Fahrenheit with your dead kid. I've seen the skeletons of the kids. I've seen it all. It's insane. So they post like, oh, the look, it's insane. Will Trump debate Joe Biden on JRE? That would be the top debate ever. Look, Chris Wallace, I didn't like the first debate you did. I didn't like that. It was very sweet. Look, it would be the best. And if the Democrats really care and they have a message out there, if they truly have a message and they have a candidate that is worth they in San Francisco, they want 16-year-olds to vote. So not only are they sexualizing children at the age of 11, they want the age to be lowered to like 14 years old to have sex with kids. They're also lowering the voting age, and they're calling Cuties a coming of age story for 11-year-olds. Coming of age is 11 years old. I thought coming of age was like 18, 20, 23, 24. How is it listed as a coming of age movie? We've been talking about this for years, guys. It's unfolding. What's going to happen? God bless you guys. No. Sorry. God bless you. I love y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all. Hey, born a Hawkeye. I'm out, man.